Harry, this is Lord Potato, and this is What If Asta was the son of Kaguya, Part 2. So yeah, last time I had to left it off on some things because I had to go do something, but other than that, not the point. Let me continue on with this What If, and let me shut the fuck up. But before doing that, subscribe to my channel, kind of What Ifs, over to What Ifs, the links will be in the description. But other than that, let me go into this What If now. So, we go into Asta. Asta is right now just fighting against the girl named Fana, who has the salamander. But of course, this is where, so right now, Asta is in front of the girl with the salamander. Of course, she's about to try to explode and all that. Oh, well, not explode. Mostly, she's kind of using her salamander to protect her. This is where, Cougar and the others are right now flying towards Asta's location, mostly Mars is also there. This is where, nothing would kind of change from original canon. Asta will still knock the fireball straight towards that one guy named Lance. I think his name was Lance. I don't remember. But of course, this is where, he gets hit. This is where he's screaming right now, being burned. But this is where Asta and Mars are right now next to each other, and this is where, they are trying to stop, Fana from exploding, but this is where that same thing happened in original canon, until the guy kind of, attacks Mars and Fana, and of course, Mars was about to die from that guy, the same dude with blonde hair. Of course, this is where Fana did send a fire attack straight toward this guy. This guy becomes stronger, because he did fight against Asta, and Asta did use his anti-magic swords. Didn't kind of work that much. This is where, this guy says, this power is amazing. This is where he blasts everyone away. This is where Noelle is still conscious. She's still watching this. Asta has no shirt and is right now tired. He's saying, I can't die. No. This is where, he's saying, no, I can't give up. This is where, the Queen of Witches says, good, now I can control him. Now let me help you out by awakening the real demon. This is where, before she's able to control him and all that, or try to awaken his blood and all that, something happens. Something like when she's about to try to use her spell, for some reason her hand just caught on to blue flames, very hot and extremely blue flames. This is where her hand starts burning. She doesn't understand why. She sees nothing special in Asta. She can't understand what kind of species is he, because he's just a normal human that has no mana. Of course, that's what she's only thinking. But she was trying to control it, but of course, trying to activate the demon and all that, try to speed it up. But of course, blue flames appear in her hand, and of course, got multiple cuts on her hand also. This is where she is wondering what happened. This is where Asta, who is right now just closing his eyes, this is where, he's saying, I can't die. The guy is laughing, saying, anti-magic little brat. You couldn't even do anything. Ha! You weakling. Now I get to kill all of you. So Asta's feigning into conscious. This is where, someone cries. This is where Asta's kind of hearing the crying. Asta's walking towards him in his conscious a little bit. He's kind of going to this dreamland a little bit. This is where Asta's saying, who are you? This is where this girl says, Asta, please, don't die. Destroy everything. This is where Asta is kind of hearing this woman talk. And this is where Asta says, destroy everything. No, I can't die. Asta is right now getting back up from just being unconscious right now. He's getting up, his eyes are blank. And this is where the guy says, you anti-magic brat is still not dead? Well, I guess I'll help to kill you. Noelle's like, Asta? That's right, Asta. He kind of had his eyes back. He went back into conscious. But this is where Asta says, I won't give up. This is where a bright white light appears around Asta. Right now, covering him up into a white ball. And this is where, two people from another dimension right now seeing this. This is where, one with bluish flames saying, I see. Damn it, Kaguya. This is where Kaguya says, is he able to use it? Yeah, but that witch interfere with his power. You were trying to give him 10%, weren't you? Now he has more than 10%. This is where Black Zetsu, who is right now behind some trees because he is not much of a fighter, and of course sees Asta right now transforming. This is where Asta gets out of the white ball. The white ball cracks. This is where the guy is confused. Crack, 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 crack. It explodes into power. This is where, well, when Noelle sees, it's a very good-looking person. Palish white skin, palish white eyes, long kind of white hair near his kind of shoulder. This is where he has horns. This is where he kind of has dots. These dots are kind of bluish in his forehead. This is where, well, the silky white hair is kind of just, yeah, I should mention it's kind of silky white, but at the same time silver like Asta's. His eyes are, of course, palish white. This is where his clothing changed from entirely. What it kind of looks like, it looks like Urashiki, okay? It kind of looks like Urashiki's kind of clothing style, but yeah, and Momoshiki's kind of combined, but yeah. This is where, well, Asta is right now floating in mid-air. Right now, like about 5 inches from the ground. Asta, who is right now looking like emotionless from his face. Asta is just looking around, seeing the man right now in front of him. Asta, like, he just like breathes in and then out. Like a frost breath kind of appears when he breathes out. That's where Asta, who looks to be taller, from him 5'1" to actually becoming 6. Like, he became taller. That's where Asta goes. This is where Asta disappears in a blinding flash of speed. Asta appears behind this, well, not behind this person, right in front of this person, sending a knee into this person's ribs, smashing him up to the air. This is where he keeps like flying up out of control. This is where the guy was confused, but he sends multiple attacks at Asta. Asta's right now flying around. Asta's not getting hit by any of these attacks. Asta doesn't care. Asta is right now putting chakra into his eyes. This is where, well, Asta is actually able to see all these attacks coming towards him from a miles away. Asta is right now dodging. Right now the tree kind of like getting covered, but right now flying at the same time. In high speeds. This is where Asta kind of appear behind this person, like transforming into light. This is where Asta kind of says lightning devastation punch. Also punched this person in the back, smashing him to the ground. And of course, where he smashed upon, well, not like upon, he smashed upon some group of witches, but these group of witches are right now trying to be recovered by Donna and even Mariana. This is where, well, they are trying to help him. This is where the guy kind of smashed kind of near them. This is where he said, ugh, you little brat, you anti. This is where Asta appears. This is where Asta says, Earth style, Earth kick of what's it called, destruction. Asta smashes his leg to the earth, gathering earth, and of course is where, well, he kicks this person in the face, right now launching his ass straight into more trees. This is where Mariana and Donna just sees Asta, but Asta looks completely different. Asta is right now flying in a burst of speed. Asta is right now dodging some of the beam attacks. This is where Asta doesn't really seem to care. Asta is keep dodging them, but right now when the beams are actually getting a little bit faster, he can actually, he changed his pale white eyes into 2 different color eyes, one being red and one being yellow. This is where Asta didn't know this, but he accidentally shrank. This is where he actually shrank himself, like Ishiki does. This is where, well, Asta appears right in front of this guy and sending rods from his hand straight towards, well, the person behind him, because Asta did appear behind him when he came back to normal, into normal size. This is where rods stab upon this guy, and this guy gets angry and sends more beam attacks at, well, not beam attacks. He sent a powerful beam attack at Asta behind him. Asta, right now, didn't actually notice this, but something silver around him appears, like a ribcage blocking the blast. This is where, well, the person was so confused, he sees this weird demon around Asta, but it's not even a demon. It's a Susanoo ribcage. Because Asta managed to do a Susanoo ribcage, but also kind of have the eyes. But not like the actual face and structure out of it, just kind of making like in chakra. Now, Asta's chakra is purely silver. It's whitish and silverish, just like an Otsutsuki would be. He doesn't have normal chakra. He's an Otsutsuki, well, not descendant. he's actually an Utsutsuki kind of child. So yeah, half mixture. But of course, not just that, but also bluish kind of flames started appearing into this Utsutsuki eye. It was kind of, well, not Utsutsuki eye, mostly into, well, the Susanoo. Instead of being whitish, because that was still showing, but turns blue flames. This is where Asta says, blue flames of destruction. Asta snaps his fingers, and of course, this is where he swings it in front of him. This is where blue flame slice appears, slashing this guy. This guy said, "Tuh." This is where the blue flames are right now burning his skin. He's like, what the? Damn it. No, I won't die. This is where he keeps fighting against Asta. This is where he starts kind of fighting against him in melee combat. This is where Asta and him are right now fighting. Right now, Asta's actually using more than 10% that he had. It seems the interference with the witch, the Queen of Witches, seems to actually unlock him more than 10%. About 30% has been unlocked. This is where the two beings right now are looking at this and realize that Asta has 30% more. This is where, well, Black Sister can also sense it. He says he has unlocked 30%, but he's managing to control it. This is good enough. This is where, well, Noelle and, well, the others somewhat unconscious of, or, well, Vanessa, Fenrir and the others. This is where, well, Fenton is right now just looking at it, and all they see is an orange kind of light fight against this white silverish light right now clashing in the middle of the sky. This is where Mariana and even Donna are seeing this. The Queen of Witches are seeing it, well, not Queen of Witches, Queen of Witch, well, Queen Witch, or Witch of Queen, or bleh. The Queen of Witches is also seeing this, and the other witches who are actually seeing this. Their speed is right now clashing. They look just like two, like, entities fighting. But Asta seems to be more powerful than this guy, sending multiple different element attacks without using any magic. This is where the guy tries to absorb it, but can't even absorb it. He does get hit by them. This is where he's trying to dodge it. He realized that he can't absorb Asta's, well, whatever attacks they are. This is where Asta has actually unlocked more stuff than ever Kaguya can actually notice. Kaguya noticed one thing. Asta is actually unlocking, or not even unlocking, making, creating different infinities, like his light infinity. Kaguya does not have light infinity, and when she saw Asta just transform into light and appear behind this person, she's just shocked. Of course, Kaguya knows that she is a descendant of the, well, old Utsutsuki god, but she didn't have much of the powers. This is where, well, she is shocked to even see Asta be able to use Ishiki's eye. Yes, she knows about Ishiki, and thank God she was able to kill Ishiki and, well, kind of put him into the, well, what's it called? Well, making it to the tree, divine tree. So yeah, this one, and this time, Kaguya does destroy a bunch of things, but yeah, I'll mention that later. This is where, well, Asta is able to kind of be able to, well, like shrink and other things. But of course, Kaguya does not understand why Asta is able to be transforming his body into light and then just zapping around. This is where she is incredibly shocking. That's kind of the most shocking thing that she ever seen. Of course, the other infinities like fire, water, earth, and other things, it's not shocking to her. She has been able to use those type of things without any hand signs, unlike her other two children like Hagoromo or Hamara, who needed kind of hand signs or created hand signs for humans. She never needed that. Of course, it's something that can make it powerful, but still not really necessary for her. But of course, seeing that Asta is able to have the memories of the past people that she managed to kill and absorb into the divine tree and kind of take all the memories in chakra, she now sees that Asta actually has the same power. That's why Asta is right now fighting against, well, let me actually remember his goddamn name. So his name is Latros, and of course Asta's right now fighting against him, and of course they keep just clashing. So of course this is where Latros kind of starts sending multiple fire waves attacks at Asta. Asta saw that he wouldn't be able to dodge this, but that's where, well, for some reason he felt this great idea to start absorbing them. This is where a diamond appears on Asta. 2 diamonds, actually. And this is where in his other palm, actually 2 diamonds also appear. This is where the 2 diamonds are actually white. This is where Asta, well, not white, they were black. But this is where a black hole, like a black circle, well, circular thing appear and starts absorbing all the attacks. This is where in the other one, a white one appears, and of course starts sending everything in high speed straight towards Latoros. This is where Latoros starts dodging it. This is where he tries to absorb some of it, but of course one of his hands got really destroyed from the attack. Of course, not actually just popped off, but this is where Asta seems to be able to not just use that Kaguya kind of saw this, not just be able to kind of absorb things, but also send them at a very high speed and strength, with his own strength adding onto this attack, straight to the enemy 5 times or 10 times more stronger. Kaguya kind of notices, and this is where Kaguya is amazed with her son. She really loves her son. This is where, well, she wished that Tagoroma or Hamura was able to kind of still be with her, but kind of saddened that those two kind of sided with the humans. But that didn't matter to her that much. Luckily, Black Zetsu was still kind of aligned this one, but yeah. Because Black Zetsu is a part of her, but yeah. This is where, well, she doesn't really care. She's happy that she had another one. So yeah. Of course, this is where Asta just keeps fighting against his being. And of course, this is where Asta managed to get the drop on this guy. Of course, just appearing behind him with light speed. But of course, then just disappearing into nothing but darkness. Psyching us out. But Asta did in his other eye. Not just the shrinking ability eye that he managed to kind of get. But also, he got a red Sharingan in one of his eyes. This where, well, the Sharingan is already at the 3 Tomoes, but when he kind of disappeared into darkness, he really just put Latoros in an illusion. This is where, well, Latoros didn't know what to happen, but everything just went pitch black. This is where, well, it's not the infamous Tsukiyomi. This is called the Darkness World. That's what Asta just called it, because that's what the first thing that came up to his head. This is where, well, he's doing all of this in instant. For some reason, so many memories. When he got the tens of billions of memories from, well, getting the power of, well, Black Zetsu kind of awakening his Utsutsuki blood, he kind of just thought of this in his head. This is where Asta has right now the mindset of, well, a lot of, and I mean lots of powerful Kage level ninjas and even God ninjas. So of course he does have the knowledge of Madara. So let me explain this more. I didn't really explain this, but Kaguya did win against Naruto and Sasuke's battle. She managed to absorb the whole world and collecting all of, and I mean all of the knowledge, managing to eat the divine fruit. Because instead of becoming, well, a normal fruit like the divine tree fruit and all that, it became an actual more powerful fruit than she ever expected. She managed to cultivate it after, well, defeating Naruto and Sasuke. This is where the Tentos managed to be eaten by Kaguya, and Kaguya became the strongest. This is where she went back to her home planet, the Utsutsuki planet, and defeated everyone there, absorbing everyone, Momoshiki, Kimishiki, and everyone else, but mostly enslaving them by kind of trapping their souls with hers. Of course, she was that powerful that she met another entity that she kind of fell in love with. Kind of had Asta, and Asta was kind of sent to the human world. So yeah, I would mention who this other entity is, but don't worry about it. So of course, Asta has the memories of so many Kage level ninjas, thanks to the awakening of the Utsutsuki blood that he has. So of course, Asta is right now smart enough to dodge some of the attacks. This is where, well, he is dodging, well, not dodging, he is dodging, but he also put this person in a Genjutsu, just like Itachi would. Because yes, Kage does also have the memories of Itachi. She absorbed everything in that world, even people who are already dead. People who long, well, existed from Earth, but yeah, in that world. In that different universe entirely, but yeah. This is where, well, Asta is having Itachi's memories and other memories. So of course Asta is extremely smart. This is where, well, Asta put him in a Genjutsu so fast. This is where Asta appeared behind him, right now saying Darkness Vortex style. Darkness Kingdom. This is where, well, everything around Latoros just become like a Darkness Kingdom. This is where Asta arises things from the dead really fast, like these darkness skeletons right now fighting against Latoros. Latoros just keeps shooting beams, but can't absorb whatever dimension this is. This is not a dimension, this is just basically a jutsu that Asta managed to create. He might got the memories of a bunch of people, but he now has, well, a mind in, well, a universal mind that he's actually able to create things, different jutsus. This is where Asta, he kind of lets his soldiers fight against him, making him tired. This is where Asta appears, right now smashing a kick upon the sky, right now launching him out of the, well, jutsu, and of course smashing him back upon, well, the ground. Right now near, near the others who were right now on the ground. This is where, well, the others were actually being healed. They weren't being healed by the Queen of Witches. No, they all woke up when they kind of saw the darkness domain. They were kind of, they were actually waking up. They were confused. Who healed them? These were multiple creatures with green hair, yellow eyes, and look to have sharp teeth. We're kind of healing them. These are called white Zetsus. Asa didn't create them, but Black Zetsu did. He does have a little bit of power of the Kaguya, and did plant them out to kind of help them in his kind of adventure to help Asta. So of course, this is where Asta, who is not noticing about the white Zetsus, he did kick Latoros out of the, well, not dimension, mostly jutsu. This is where, well, he kicked them out, and this is where, well, Mariana and even Donna's kind of sees Van Zen, but this is where something crashed upon them, and this is where it's Latoros. Latoros, damn, he's stronger than I thought. This is where both of the, well, like magical stones actually break from his forehead, from his like chest. This is where he says, damn. Mars was confused. Who did that? This is where the person appears from a dimension portal. Asta actually managed to create a dimension portal just like any Utsutsuki would do, like the Urushiki or Momoshiki or even Kaguya. So you know those dimension portals. But yeah, Asta created it and then kind of walked through it, and then I walked through the other side, who was right in front of, well, at the rose. At the rose says, damn, didn't expect it to be this powerful. This is where Mariana says, who is that? Kind of looks like Asta. Right now, Asta's eyes are right now back to the palish white. Because yes, Asta kind of can go back to palish white. That's where Asta kind of just looks at this being. And of course, this is where, well, this is where Latoros says, I guess I'm gonna die. Go ahead. This is where Asta, who still kind of has the personality of his old self, says, oh, fuck that shit. This is where Asta's eyes go back into green. But of course, he still has his like Utsutsuki genes mostly activated. This is mostly not a form, but someone is, so yeah. Asta's eyes says, the hell do you mean I'm gonna let you fucking die? I'd rather keep you alive so you can see the tortures and make everyone apologize, you fucking bastard. Of course, where Asta was not in his, well, he was in his state and memory and all that. He wasn't laughing or cocky at the same time. He was a little bit when in the fight, but of course managed to take control back and wasn't that much cocky. That's where, well, that's just his Utsutsuki side kind of trying to get out and trying to make himself cocky and arrogant, just like any Utsutsuki would be. Kaguya kind of defeated that side and was actually a very calm-minded person most of the time, but yeah. Also, she can be very extremely scary, and the other she does kind of walk away every time she gets angry. But yeah, it did happen once, and of course Kaguya is happy right now in the other dimension and saying, yes, he did it. He actually did it. It's where she's smiling so brightly that the other being kind of sees this and actually gets blinded a little bit. That's where he says, ow, stop smiling, Kaguya. That's where Kaguya says, oh, I thought you liked it like that. That's where the other being says, shut up. That's where we go back into Asta. Asta, who is right now saying, well, that was interesting. That's where Asta lands on the ground because he was still floating. That's where Asta lands on the ground. And this is where, well, the wounds actually appeared. The actual wounds that actually did get hit appear. This is where Asta says, ow, that hurt it. This is where, well, Black Zetsu appears saying, not Kaguya. He says, Asta. This is where Asta says, oh, Black Zetsu. This is where a green, what's it called, not green Zetsu, mostly a Zetsu, a white Zetsu appears saying, I must heal you. Starts healing Asta, even though Asta's is Utsutsuki form right now, but yeah. This is where Asta's wound actually managed to appear after a while. He made him actually vanish with a jutsu, but they were only illusion jutsus, not the actual real thing. This is where Asta says, I'm fine, Black Zetsu, you don't need to worry about me. Black Zetsu says, I do, you idiot. You idiot. Damn. Why do you have to be so much of an idiot? This is where, well, Paxas says, but whatever, are you really okay? This is where Asta says, yep, I am. This is where everyone is kind of just shocked to see Asta. Asta's now way taller than almost all of them. And this is where, well, Asta seems to be way good looking than any normal human. This is where Noelle and Mariana kind of blushed and looked away because, goddamn, Asta just looks amazing. For being an Otsutsuki, he might be palish white and all that, but he looks way too good to be, well, a normal human. This is where, well, Asta's smiling, and then he sees, well, the others and says, hey! This is where Asta's form decides to transform. He actually transformed back into being a normal human, but of course, Asta's height did kind of change. Instead of being 5'1", he is actually now 5'5". So the Otsutsuki genes did actually, well, the 30% unlock did actually change his normal human form into being a little bit like, well, not 5'5", he actually became, well, 5'8". So of course Asta is 5'8", but in his Otsutsuki form he's actually 6. Or, nah, he's actually 6 feet in his, well, Otsutsuki form, but yeah. And his human form he's actually 6 feet also again, but yeah. But of course, Asta didn't mind it, but of course, this is where, Asta say, well, that was interesting. So, hey guys, this is where, well, all of them sees Asta, and Asta's hair did shrink, well, didn't shrink back, it kind of shrank a little bit from his shoulder all the way towards, like, well, back of his neck. So yeah, it's that long still. Asta says, well, that's interesting. Well, that was very interesting. I'm a little tired. And beat. He falls down backwards and this is where Plexus says, why is this a match to capture him? This is where Plexus says, are you okay? This is where Asta says, I am fine. Perfectly. Just tired. This is where everyone is just sighing. Of course, Asta has no shirt because when the Otsutsuki clothing, well, mostly the Otsutsuki clothing they get rid of. This is where he has no shirt. This is where so many girls are kind of blushing. Even the witches who are right now looking from the tree lines are seeing Asta and having blood noses. This is where, well, the Queen of Witches appear and says, whatever you are pretty strong. Let me heal you. This is where before she was able to heal him by trapping him into the blood, well, resisting magic healing and all that, something appears from Asta's grimoire. Something ferocious that actually ripped through that, through the magical, well, thing to actually control Asta. And right now appear in front of the Queen of Witches with a sharp, like his claws are right now almost just right near the Queen of Witches' neck. This is where something also appeared because, well, Vanessa did unlock a, well, new spell that's called Fate. So the thread of fate, meaning the red catch actually appear almost about to touch, well, the red thread of fate did touch, well, the Queen of Witches. The Queen of Witches did not expect this. And of course, Asta's grimoire is right now floating around him. Right now, because Libby is still in there, but yeah, don't worry about it. This is where this other being that was in it, kind of appeared because he can get out easily. This is where he did talk to Libby and telling Libby to not actually take control of Asta and not to even dare trying to, but mostly help him. To where Libby will get his, well, freedom later. That's what's mostly this other entity that was bluish flames mostly having around his body, that looks like a soldier most of the time, decides to talk to Libby about that. Of course, Libby didn't actually take control. That's why his Otsutsuki, well, mostly also Otsutsuki form came first, instead of his demon form, but yeah. Now, let me pause this for a second. I know that most of you don't like me explaining the what if half the time. You mostly want the story to go on. But if I don't explain the reason of the why Asta kind of has this, people would complain about it. And if I do kind of explain it, people complain it. My gosh, shut the fuck up and make up your mind, you fucking bastards. You guys are fucking annoying half the damn time. Like, I gotta tell you this because, well, it actually does also remind me what this what if is about. If I explain it. If I just go on about it, I forget about what I'm doing. But yeah. Now, shut the fuck up and let me continue. So, let me go back into the what if. So, of course, this is where Asta does well, just sitting there. And of course, this is where Noelle kind of runs up to him and hugs him. Even Mariana does the same and say, Asta, are you okay? This is where right now they're kind of like fighting against their fluster. Of course, this is where they're actually feeling Asta's muscles, and Asta saying, what are you doing? Of course, this is where Asta isn't short and isn't like that wide no more. He's actually much thinner and much more taller, so yeah. This is where, well, Asta says, what are you two doing, girls? This is where they realize what they're doing. They're mostly feeling Asta's muscles, and this is where their faces become red and passes out. This is where, well, Asta says, I won't let you hurt him. This is what Kaguya just sees, well, her daughter be able to use, well, the string of red fate. This other entity she doesn't understand. It came from that boy's grimoire. No longer the 5-leaf grimoire, instead a 6-leaf grimoire. But something interesting and is with the pattern. 3 of the leaves became white, but it looks to have some kind of fish kind of swimming upon it. So the other side is 3 leaves black, but right now has some kind of bluish flames appearing on that side. And so where, well, she doesn't understand, but decides to kind of tell her daughter that she can go. And so where all of them do kind of get healed a little bit more, because the white sisters couldn't really heal them much because they use chakra and they use mostly magic. So of course they won't heal that much, but the witch did heal them. And so where, well, Nero still get the magic stone for them, and of course where Asta says, a magic stone? Huh, interesting. Asta, for some reason, was able to actually use the power of it, and this is where Asta says, it actually transformed into chakra for him, but this is where Asta says, what just happened? This is where all of them say, what the hell did he do, Asta? Asta says, I don't know. I think I absorbed it on accident. This is where Asta then tried to make it appear, and this is where it did appear again. And this is where it's a dimension that Asta just put it in a pocket dimension accident. He didn't absorb it, he mostly kind of put it in a pocket dimension when he caught it. Of course, this is where the Queen of Witches is confused with Asta's abilities. But of course, she is not trying to fight against it. Whatever beings are trying to protect Asta is no longer her business. She does not care what he does. She can't take control of him, and there's no way to actually take control of him, actually. The beings will keep stopping her from actually even trying to touch Asta. This is where, well, the Queen of Witch explains what that magic stone is. Mostly elves will try to get it, blah blah blah, and blah blah blah. This is where Fauna and Mariana, and also Fansen, and also, well, Donna are all about to leave back to, well, the wooden cabin and all that, or whatever. This is where, well, yes, Fanzel has no shirt right now. This is where Asta says, Fansen, what the hell? This is where, well, Fansen says, hey, don't blame me, kid, you also have no shirt. Asta says, you're right, but you see here, I was in the middle of a battle. You, on the other hand, how the fuck did you lose your shirt when you weren't even in the middle of a battle? Asta is kind of so confused with Fanzel half the damn time, but yeah. This is where, well, Fanzel says, I guess you're right. That's where Black Zetsu is kind of around Asta's, well, not neck mostly. He's mostly kind of into sludge, and of course, it's kind of transformed himself into a little person on that. Kind of looking like Libby in the original canon, well, the manga or something, or even the anime, whatever. Also kind of looking like what they call the Wind Elf. But really, he just became like this so he can actually have a physical form. But he had to become smaller. But yeah, you realize he wasn't much power. But yeah, he didn't care. This is where he's mostly on top of Asta, just kind of protecting Asta from any entity to come to try to attack him. Or any person. But yeah, this is where, well, Vanessa does have her red can. Everyone else is kind of like just finally able to, well, relax mostly. But yeah, this is where, well, they're about to leave, and of course this is where, well, Latoros and even Mars were about to go back to the Diamond Kingdom so they can actually defeat their, well, leader and be able to finally, well, become, well, Mars wants to become the Diamond King mage, like the Magic King and other, so he will be, well, able to make everyone happy. This is where, well, Mars kind of went up to Fansen and says, I will become this and blah blah blah. Asta, on the other hand, legit did this on purpose to actually finally speed up the fucking love. This is where Asta was actually getting quite annoyed with this. And this is where he saw how Finro was kind of being sad, and Asta just wanted to make it more sad. And for some reason, he just felt like doing that. That's where Asta kind of pushed Mars a little bit closer into Fanza, making actually them both kiss on, well, accident. This is where Mars says, "You bastard!" This is where, well, his face was extremely red while Fanza was also extremely red. She was like, Mars? This is where, well, Mars looks at Asta, but Asta was just looking away. This is where Asta says, "So, Finro, it seems that the childhood friends decide to kiss." This is where Finro says, "Why you like this, Asta?" Don't know. Don't really know. Asta's mind did change from a kiddish mind instead of having, like, muscles for his brains. Actually changed it to actually being a lot smarter. And saw how the moments, love moments and all them other things are, but yeah. This is where Asta just seems to be really trollish against Finro and his love fucking problem. But yeah. This is where Noelle and even what's it called? Mars are right now looking at this and they were shocked to even thought Asta was actually going to do something like that. This is where Mars was about to send an ice crystal at Asta. This is where Asta says, "Well, by what's it called, Finro?" Asta transformed into making a portal for himself and dodging, and right now appearing behind, not behind a tree, on top of a tree branch. And this is where Finro has to dodge an ice attack from him. Well, not ice attack, mostly mineral attack. And this is where he says, "Asta, what the hell?" This is where Asta says, "Hey, Finro, you can just teleport. Don't worry, it's fine." This is where Mars says, "Whatever. Just remember, Fana, I will come back for you." This is where Fana says, "Yeah." This is where, well, Donna is like, "Whoa, go get her, Tiger." This is where, well, Mars says, "You're not helping." This is where Franzel says, "At least everyone is now well together." Of course, he does have his, like, jacket and a shirt back on, but this is where a bird comes out of nowhere and swoops down and just grabs Fancel's shirt and jacket and just takes it away. This is where Fancel says, "My shirt!" This is where Donna says, "Of course." How? Asta says, "God, do you need something?" Fancel, do you really have the worst luck for this shit? Fancel says, "Hey, I don't need to be talking to someone who still doesn't have a shirt." Asta says, "Oh, that's right." Asta snaps his fingers and this is where Asta actually creates something out of thin air, and this is where he now has a shirt. Asta says, "Done." This is where Fancel says, "I hate this. Whatever bullshit you have is fucking annoying." Asta says, "I guess you're right." This is where, well, Fancel says, "I hate it." This is where, well, the Black Bolts are now going back to, well, the hideout. And this is where Asta, he kind of sees Yami. And this is where, well, Magna and even Luck appear saying, "The mana is so strong." Asta says, "My arms are healed." This is where Magna and Luck says, "Well, good job, but..." They kind of look at Asta's height and says, "Asta, how tall are you?" Asta says, well, he's not 6 feet. I'm actually going to change it to being 5'8" now. His Utsuzuki form was actually 5'8", but yeah. That's where Asta says, 5'8". This is where they say, "How are you this tall?" Starts shaking Asta, but this is where Asta starts getting quite annoyed. This is where his eyes started changing into the MS and was about to start using Narmachasa and start burning Magna and Luck. This is where, instead of doing that, he just shows his crimson red eyes and says, if you two idiots keep shaking me, I'm going to burn you into a fucking living crispy chicken." This is where both of them were kind of shocked. This is where Luck would never saw Asta be able to transform his eyes into crimson red eyes that has, well, a pattern of, well, some kind of weird pattern. I will mention how the pattern looks like, but yeah. That's where, well, they said, "Okay, damn, you're scary. What the hell happened to you?" That's where both Gordon and Ghost Death appear and says, "So we have not found the hex of magic, but don't worry, we will still look through." This is where Asta says, "Did those two became nerds? Hey, idiots, my arm is healed." This is where Gordon says, whisper. This is where Ghost says, "You idiot, I was trying to heal you, you fucking moron." This is where he kind of realized one thing. Asta's a little bit taller than his self. That's where Asta says, "Can you let go of me, Ghost, or I'm gonna burn you into nothing but a million pieces, and then I'm gonna take your fucking weird magic looking eye and I'm gonna give it to your sister, like a present, saying that this was from your big brother, and your big brother died on some kind of little battle." This is where Ghost says, "Don't you dare." This is where both Gray and even what was her name? Charmy? Yeah, was it Charmy? Oh fuck, I forgot her name. This is where yeah, Charmy actually appears and says, Asta! This is where Asta says, my arms are healed. This is where, well, she says, but what am I gonna do with all these mushrooms? Starts eating them all still. This is where, well, Yami says, okay, since you're all here, let's just eat out. This is where Asta says, sure. So of course they're eating, and of course this is where, well, Yami says, okay, Asta, I want you to do this, 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 and you have to do all the chores. Asta, for some reason, it says, multi-shadow clone Chutsu. They all start doing it in an instant, and this is where Yami says, what the fuck, what? Huh? Everyone is confused. This is where Asta says, huh? Oh, it's some weird ability that I managed to unlock from genes. Is that magic at all? I don't even think. But hey, who really cares? Ding. This is where, well, Noelle already kind of, like, she had a blood nose in an instant because how good looking Asta just kind of smiles. This is where, well, Vanessa says, God damn. Well, let's drink. Asta says, ready? Yeah. Asta started drinking Asta. This is where Asta has a very high tolerance to, well, alcohol. This is where Black Sister was going, ki. For some reason, Black Sister is right now just, well, next to Asta, but of course, this is where he actually launched onto, well, Finral, and started messing up Finral's hair for a little bit, and then went back onto Asta's, well, shoulder. But yeah, this is where Finral's hair was all looking like somewhat like a girl. This is where he says, ha! This is where, well, everyone was laughing at Finral, but yeah. This is where Yami was the most laughing, but yeah. This is where, well, they were doing the kind of special talent magic, whatever show that Yami was asking. Asta says, sure. For my first magic, it is to punch Finral in the face. Asta knocked him out by kind of making his own portal and punching Finral in the head. Portal jump. Punch of devastation. This is where Finral gets hit in the head, but yeah. This is where Finral says, hey, I'm your superior. This is where Yami starts bursting in laughter, but then realizes, wait, you can do portal magic? Asta says, kinda. I can someone go into dimensions, but yeah. That's why, well, Asta realized that he can actually jump into dimensions somewhat, or make a portal, but yeah. That's why, well, Finral says, yeah, why the hell did I get hit but again? Yeah. But this is where the next day happens, and it is of course the festival. This is where everyone is going towards the festival. Asta is now wearing, well, what's it called, not his like old clothing and all that. He's actually wearing something way much kind of for his style. He's wearing what's it called, well, a black, well, not black t-shirt, a white t-shirt, a black coat, kind of like the same bluish pants and all that, and his shoes. But yeah, also for some reason just wanted to change style, but yeah. Now of course he kind of likes the black coat a little bit, but yeah. This is where the entity in the other world kind of snicker, and of course this is where Kaguya kind of growls saying, you and your dumbass taste. Why did he pick black? Why didn't he pick white? This is where the other entity says, oh, maybe because he likes it. That's my boy. This is where he almost dodged. He had to dodge an attack from Kaguya, and this is where Stars, well, starting to run, but yeah. This is where Kaguya says, get over here! This is where, well, we go back into Asta, and Asta's like looking around, and this is where Asta sees both, well, he did ask Finral for the pit stop and all that, and this is where he sees both Koho and even, well, Kito. This is where, well, when they see Asta, Asta's now taller than them, somewhat. Asta's saying, hey guys. This is where they say, Asta? Asta's hair is also, yes, kind of being long as near his neck. So Asta says, yo, what's wrong? This is where, well, they say, you look different. Asta says, I guess so. This is where he says, do I look different, Noelle? Noelle says, no. This is where she turns around, right now red in her face. This is where Koho says, oh, that's interesting. You still love him so much. Even with the new look, it's making you blush. She's thinking in her head. This is where, for some reason, she also kind of blushed because Asta's way too good looking. This is where Asta says, well, Kito, did you bring your leg? This is where, well, Kito says, yeah, I did. Why? Asta says, good, because I managed to, well, get the magic from that witch. That's where Asta starts kind of like using the healing, and of course a heal for Kito, and even, well, what's called Kazu, well, yeah, Kahu, what's it called, throw, and of course they can sing now and dance. This is why, well, so many people have seen this, but yeah. This is where Asta's smiling, but yeah. This is where we go into, well, Asta kind of like walking around, and of course, this is where they meet with the little girl. Well, not meet with the little girl just yet. They're actually kind of just, well, together. And of course, where, well, a double date still kind of appears because the Magna says, oh, you're on a double date. I see. With who? Asta says, oh, what if I say with the whole, what's it called? Witches of the island. This is where Magna says, I will be very pissed, but I can actually see how. This is where, well, Asta says, no, I'm just kidding. It's really not a this is where Kaho says, it is a double date. This is where Asta says, huh? This is where Kaho kind of grabs Asta from the shoulder and kind of holds onto his shoulder and says, it is a double date. This is where Magna says, lucky, well, I'm out of here. This is where Asta says, wait, what about the others? This is where Asta sees him walking away, and that's where Asta sighs. But this is where, well, Kaho says, well, it's time to make moves to make them fall in love. This is where, well, they go through multiple things, and even what's it called, the shooting magic and all that. Asta, he uses a gun, but of course starts using chakra to shoot the things so easily. Like, his aim was unprecise. Well, precise because of the Sharingan. Yes, he started using his Sharingan because no one's going to stop him, and no one knows that he's using chakra right now. But yeah, and Black was kind of like helping him, but yeah. This is where, well, they go to the haunted mansion. Of course, this is where Noelle and Asta are right now, like, in this mansion. This is where, well, when they walk in, this is where the two dudes kind of jump out. Noelle blasts one of them. This is where Kaho and even Kito almost were shocked to see a blast water, and this is where she says, damn it, well, that wouldn't work that well. This is where the other dude is running. This is where Asta's chasing him for just fun. Just because he didn't really like the mood of what these two were trying to do. And this is where Asta found, well, haha guy, and says, oh, hey there. Asta's eyes transform into a crimson red and says, let me help you out. You zombies. This is where haha guy says, wait, boom! A giant lightning just strike happened. And of course, this is where Asta and Noelle and even Kaho and even Kito were actually kicked out. This is where Asta says, well, that was interesting. This is where Kaho would never widen her eyes, never expecting Asta to use lightning so well. Which, that was the only thing that she can think because her hair was up when that giant hole happened. Asta did blast the shit out of both of them. Those two guys. This is where haha guy and the other dude. This is where Asta, he is more smarter and does love to kind of be a very huge troublemaker. This is where, well, Asta president did change a little bit, but yeah. This is where, well, Asta and Noelle and the others are kind of walking. This is where they see a little girl kind of like crying. This is where, well, Noelle wanted to go there. Well, Asta went first and says, hey there, are you okay? This is where Asta's voice became so soft and somewhat like a musical voice. He changed his vocal cords without even noticing this, but kind of changed it with his chakra to make it more soft and not that like, well, it wasn't that rough and all that. It was actually softer when he actually awoken his Otsutsuki power and all that. But of course, with that happening, the little girl stops crying and kind of sees Asta. This is where, well, Kaho and even, well, Kito started kind of singing and dancing. And this is where Asta was kind of just juggling, but of course through his magic to make, well, not magic, mostly his time-space abilities. That means, well, not time-space abilities, mostly his, like, portal abilities. But yeah, this is where Asta kind of throws the ball into a portal. This is where I appear in the other one, and Asta just started kind of juggling like that. This is where the little girl was so amazed. This is where, well, Noelle kind of helped her out a little bit, but yeah. This is where, well, they found the mother, and of course, this is where the mother realized, wait, you're Noelle Sylvian. I'm so sorry. This is where Noelle kind of says, everyone should have the, fun in this festival. This is where multiple people cheer, but yeah. This is where Noelle was so amazed. Of course, Asta smiles at her. This is where Noelle almost blushed and kind of passes out. This is where, well, they go towards, well, what's it called? Well, Asta wanted to kind of see where Yami was at. This is where Asta says, well, I'm gonna go check where Yami is at. This is where Asta kind of noticed the key and kind of went towards where the location. Sees Yami and, well, Jack kind of like doing the cookout still. Yes, Asta is kind of dragged into a little bit, but Asta was fine with it. This is where, well, Yami says, okay, kid, you need to help me, well, get lots of people to come and eat the squid, the rainbow squid. Asta says, really? So, are we gonna make profit or something? This is where Yami says, that's what I'm doing, kid. This is where Asta says, okay. Asta changed his voice to kind of be a little bit musical and all that. Because Asta can have memories like that and all that. That's where Asta started kind of saying, come on to the amazing rainbow squid. This rainbow squid will help you in a lot of things. This is where Asta's kind of being like an advertisement. But so many people hear the soft melody and voice that Asta is saying. And this is where so many people showed up. And so many girls are actually blushing seeing Asta's face. Thinking that he was some kind of royal noble or something. They all thought he was straight up a prince, a god. This is where Asta was mostly selling the squid and all that. And this is where Yami had it to work the most he ever had it to. This is where, Captain of the Green, what's called Green Praying Mantis was kind of angry and saying, you two idiot, why aren't you helping? This is where, they say, oh, we can't compete with that. What the hell? That's Asta? Holy shit, how the hell did he get that good looking? I'm so screwed. I'm never being able to get any girls. That's what he thought in his head. Damn it. That's where, Asta, who is right now helping Yami. And of course, Yami managed to sell out so many rainbow squid, but I had a couple more. And this is where, Jack says, then let's fight, you fucking bastard. That's where Noel says, oh, there you go. Alright, Asta, damn it. Stop running away. Asta says, don't worry. I always be with you, Noel. That's where Fenrir appears. This is where he says, great, I have to make portal magic. This is where he makes a portal, and this is where, Finro and the other guys were kind of tracked down. Mostly Haha guy. But yeah. This is where Asta was seeing this, and this is where, this is where, Julius was seeing this as the old lady. And this is where both Jack and, Yami were getting serious. This is where, Julius appeared. And right now, kind of putting everyone in a time-space bubble. This is where Asta managed to break out of it. This is where Asta kind of just kicks the bubble and just breaks out of it. This is where Asta says, huh? Oh, hey there, Wizard King. This is where Julius winds his eyes and says, huh? How the hell did it break out? Wait, huh? Asta says, I don't know. For some reason, I stopped for a second, and then for some reason, I can easily break out of it. Asta says, but that was interesting. So what are we doing? That's where, Julius says, I'm trying to stop them from actually killing each other. Asta says, I guess you're right. I wanted to see the fight, though. This is where Julius says, Asta. So Asta says, yes, I know. This is where, Julius says, but still, I'm pretty shocked to even think that you were able to break out of it. Could it be your anti-magic? Asta says, probably. Don't really know. This is where Julius says, he falls down and says, okay, whatever. Well, I have to be going. The festival's about to start. This is where he unzips what both what's called Yami and even Jack's pants. Is where they fall down, they laugh, and of course they go back to the festival. And of course, this is where Jack makes some food and even the dessert and all that. And this is where he did eat some of the squid and says delicious. And this is where Yami was kind of saying his counts and wins and all that. And this is where Jack was doing the same. And this is where they were about to start fighting until Asta says, "Okay, both of you, can you shut the fuck up for 1 second?" Asta's eyes became just a crimson red and the other one being yellow. And this is where Asta was kind of getting quite annoyed, and this is where both of them shut the fuck up because for some reason a pressure of power started falling upon them, like mostly it was gravity or something. This is where, Yami never expected Asta to be this scary. He can be very calm and very gentle, like some kind of god. Yami realized this now, and this is where when Asta gets angry, because Noel was actually getting kind of scared. This is where Asta notices, and this is where Asta gets angry, like some kind of wrathful god. This is where Yami realized that somehow Asta changed a lot during the Witch Force. He's confused, but of course doesn't care that much. This is where, Asta says, Noel, you want to go around? This is where Noel says, sure. She starts kind of walking around with Asta. Of course, Asta's kind of holding onto her hand. This is where Asta did kind of suggest. This is where Noel took it, but yeah. This is where they are walking along, and Koho and even Kyoto kind of falls down and says, "No, my queen." This is where, he says, "My goddess." This is where Kyoto, shut up. I can't believe they're actually dating. This is where Asta says, "So, Noel, you want to go somewhere?" This is where, Noel says, what is that over there? I don't know why there's so many people out there. This is where Finro to leave, and of course, this is where he appears again and heard someone dressing up to be beautiful. This is where he, like a bunch of guys, and even Finro right now, blushing in just amazement to see, well, Charlotte kind of like dressed into a nice dress and all that. This is where I was confused. He's like, huh? What's happening? This is where Noel says, you're not interested in it? This is where Asta says, no, I'm not. He says, you're more beautiful than her. This is where, well, Noel blushed and says, thanks. Asta was kind of just being really happy and nice. This is where, well, Shirley kind of saw Asta, and even Soya did also see him. This is where Soya said, what did you call Captain Charlotte? She's the most beautiful goddess out there. This is where Asta said, I guess people has their own taste, don't they? This is where, well, Charlotte kind of noticed that this boy, well, Soya and even Charlotte realized that this boy is from the Black Bulls. But they've never seen someone this good looking to be in the Black Bulls. This is where Soya says, how are you in the Black Bulls? I thought you would get into some kind of royal noble since you look some kind of royal. This is where Asta says, huh? Me? Royal? The only royal that's here is Noel, but I'm not even royal. This is where Soya says, huh? This is where Noel says, huh? Asta, just take the This is where Asta says, really? She's the most beautiful goddess right here. This is where Noel's blushing. So of course, Asta says that she's a beautiful goddess. And this is where Noel goes red, extremely red. And then just says, shut up, Asta. I'm about to spray Asta with water, but Asta deflects it. And just like, by deflecting it, I mean he legit didn't absorb it. Instead made a portal right in front of him. Then it went straight towards Finro, and Finro gets splashed by water and smashed into multiple guys. This is where Asta says, you knocked out a lot of civilians. Noel with that power. Amazing. This is where Noel was right now blushing more because of the smile that Asta kind of shows. And of course, this is where Noel looks away and says, yeah. This is where Soy and even, what's it called? Shola or whatever, kind of say, well, the kid is strong and powerful. Wait, he didn't even have magic. What? This is where they realize. This is where Asta says, well, I should probably be going. So, Noel, where do you want to go next? He said. This is where, well, Noel says, this is where Yami says, hey, you two lovebirds, what are you doing? This is where Asta says, oh, hey, Yami. This is where Noel says, lovebird. This is where she kind of sends blood from her nose. This is where Asta says, oh, Noel, are you okay? This is where, well, Yami says, she'll be fine. So, hey, what's it called? Captain of the Blue Rose, I forgot your name. Yeah, I forgot her. Not Yami didn't say that. Asta, well, I forgot it. But yeah, it was Charlotte or whatever. So yeah, this is where Charlotte does blush and say, Yami. This is where, well, Vanessa comes and starts fighting against Charlotte. And this is where, well, Finor has that contest. This is where the same thing happens. And this is where they say, pick your votes. Asta says, I pick you, Noel. This is where Noel blushes and says, no, This is where, well, she sends another powerful water attack at Asta, but Asta deflects it and splashes onto Finro, while Finro was actually already being, like, tangled up by the Blue Rose kind of vines. This is where Soy says, well, a man really got defeated twice. By the captain, and by also water. Damn. Also says, I keep forgetting that I have the only location connected to those portals is Finro. Oh well, it's fine. This is where Noel's like, Asta, is it really necessary to hurt Finro that much? Well, I'm not the one hurting him. Technically, it's the portals that are hurting him. This is where Yami laughs and says, I guess you're right. This is where Vanessa and even Sholan or whatever kind of goes to start doing the drinking contest. They both pass out. This is where Asta gets one of the drinks and kind of like drinks it. It says, delicious. This is where Yami says, wait, really? Is it that good? He takes basically the blonde haired girl's drink, most of the captain, and he says, well, that's pretty good. It's not that strong, but still pretty good. Asta says, right? Asta's drinking it from the bottle and doesn't care that much. This is where, well, so many people are saying, damn, the two females got knocked out by the drinks, but those drinks aren't that powerful. That's where Asta kind of grabs the bottle to Soy, and Soy says, Captain, this drink must be so powerful that you got knocked out. That's where Asta says, you here? You want some? That's where Soy says, no, I will not take any handouts from a man. That's where Asta says, then you can grab it from the table, right? This is where Soy says, you want? Let me grab. This is where she takes a drink, and of course it's not that powerful. She was like, huh? I'm confused. Asta says, she could be just a lightweight, but This is where, well, Asta just takes a few bottles and start storing them into like a portal and all that. This is where Yami says, Asta, what are you doing? For later drinkish, okay? Because we can always just drink it later. This is where, well, Yami says, okay, how many can you actually store in there? I don't know. You want to test it? This is where Yami says, does the food go bad? I never tested that. But we can always go around here and put it all in the dimension. Besides, I don't even know where it actually goes. It's probably some kind of spaceless, timeless place. So it's good enough, right? Yami says, let's do it then. This is where both Asta and Yami goes, and this is where Noelle says, Asta! That's where, well, they go just start taking lots of food and even like drinks and start putting into this timeless, spaceless, well, there's space, but this timeless, freaking endless, just dimension. Asta says, I don't feel any sort of type of. That's where Asta kind of puts his head inside, and there's a lot of it, and they're all tightly, well, organized. This is where Black Sister was mostly in it, and he's actually a kind of human figure that's actually able to kind of grab things and all them other things. He says, I'm here also. That's where Asta says, when did you get in here? I jumped in the first time. I didn't want to be lost and all that. That's where Asta says, that's interesting. That's where, well, Yami says, really? Let me look in it. Shit, there's really tons of shit in here. So wait, can you just pull it out? Asta says, let me try. This is where one of the bottles falls towards him, and this one Asta says, yep. This is where, well, Yami says, let's keep taking stuff. This is where before they go on to start taking, this is where it starts the festival, and of course this is where, well, Julius announces that the Golden Dawn is first, the Black Bull is second. And this is where, well, he wants the other rookie to appear, and this is where he realizes Asta's not there. Well, neither is Yami. This is where, well, some people are asking, well, Magna and even Luck to go, but this is where they say, nah, we're letting the rookie go. This is where Fernando says, where the hell are they? This is where Vanessa's knocked out. This is where Noelle says, Asta, huh? They're calling you. What about Yami? Yami says, I'm not going, screw that. I'm gonna be laughing at all the captains. This is where Asta says, fine. Asta says, well, let's go, Noelle. Noelle says, no, you go. This is where her face was mostly red, but yeah. This is where Asta says, fine. If you kind of insist, I guess so. Asta starts kind of like floating straight towards, we're kind of flying. Without his magic, he's kind of just able to use, what's it called, his, well, chakra to kind of levitate. This is where Asta is starting to just like, not walk in air. He says, how to go this to the perfect entrance? Hey, Black Sister. Well, he says, hey, Black Sister, what do you think I'm gonna do? Black Sister still appears on Asta's shoulder and says, portal. Asta says, that's probably the fastest way. Wait a minute. Yeah, I should do that. This is where a portal appears right in front of, well, the kind of stage. And of course it was black, but this is where Asta kind of comes out of it and says, hey, Yuno goes, huh, Asta? This is where everyone is shocked. Julius is shocked to see even Asta just come from a portal and no funerals there. Asta is saying, yo, how you doing? This is where the wind spirit sees something tiny on Asta, and it just seems to be this black creature with yellow eyes kind of going he. This is where, well, the wind spirit says, hey, what are you laughing at? This is where the black creature is saying, oh, I'm laughing at how pathetic you are. This is where the wind spirit says, what the hell did you just say? This is where Black Sister says, I'm just saying, you really are such a pathetic little thing that needs to fly with those pathetic wings. This is where, well, is confused with that black creature also. Julius is also more. Some of the captains are confused also. But this is where Asta says, Black Sister, hey, it's just true. This is where the Wind Spirit says, I'll beat you up, you fucking weird thing. Really? Can you even beat me up? This is where she's getting angry. While Black Sister is just teasing. But yeah, he's also just liking to really be kind of a jag most of the time. Because he is kind of the creation of, well, Kaguya most of the time. But he does have a personality. But yeah. This is where, well, says, huh, I guess you got another, did you get blessed by a spirit? Asta says, yeah, sure, you can say that. This is where, well, the haha guy says, haha, You know those two are commoners, even though so many people say bullshit. They are not commoners because Yuno looks good and also looks good. Multiple girls did blush and almost had bleeding noses. Noelle saw this and she kind of got jealous because she's really realized that this is a bad idea for Asta to be on stage most of the time. This is where Asta says, well, whatever. So, the haha guy says, so those two are commoners, and one doesn't have even magic, an ounce of mana. This is where so many people are going to whisper. This is where, well, Yuno starts making this wind ability straight towards Asta. Asta notices really fast, and of course the wind arrow rushes towards Asta. Asta, who doesn't even seem to block or anything. Instead, Asta says, black hole. What's it called? Black hole absorption. That's where he absorbs the thing. And Asta says, Yuno, what are you doing? Yuno says, Asta? Oh, you want it to be sent back towards you. You know, that is true. You always did want it to be sending stuff towards me. So let me send it back. Asta says, white hole. This is where he says, release. This is where a wind arrow rushes towards Yuno and even the wind spirit. They both use their own wind, make another powerful wind arrow. But when they launch it, the wind arrow that was made with what's it called, Asta's power, just blitzes through it and almost hits Yuno. And this is where the wind arrow smashes upon multiple buildings. This is where Asta goes, oops, didn't mean to launch with that much power. Well, Yuno. Lesson learned. Don't launch stuff at me or I'm gonna suck it back in and just throw it back at you with 10 times more power. Haha! Asta smiles, this very kind, gentle smile. The multiple girls forgive him so much. But this is where Asta says, well, since I cannot launch that attack towards you, I should probably take out the haha guy now. This is where Asta says, lightning style. Lightning blackout. It's where he shoots a little lightning bolt straight towards Haha guy. Haha guy gets hit by lightning and just passes out and gets knocked out. That's where Asta says, well, at least I killed him. Well, he's less of a problem now. This is where Jack says, wow, you killed one of my members. But he was a very pathetic member, wasn't he? Jack says, I guess so, you're right. I can always go get another one. This is where the other says, really? God damn it, Jack. Julia says, he's not dead, is he? He's in a coma for 4 years. If you count that as dead, then sure. This is where Julia says, God damn it. This is where, the king still appears, and this is where he talks so much. Also is getting bored out of his mind. This is where Asta says, damn, this shit's so boring. This is where Asta said it a little bit loud for the king to actually hear. And he said, what did you say? This is where Asta said, oh, did I say something? This is where he says, you said that this was boring. I should execute you. This is where Asta says, how about you don't do that and dodge the meteor? This is where Asta was really about to just send a meteor from the damn sky, because Asta was already getting annoyed with this king trying to do whatever with him, because he has his Utsutsuki pride, and really, Asta's not giving a shit twice. Asta says, Utsutsuki style. This is where Asta didn't say Utsutsuki style. This is where Asta saying, Hey, Black Sasso, should I? Black Sasso says, sure. Let's make all of them feel your power. Kiki. This is where Asta says, sure. Asta looks up. This is where the Wizard King says, what? No. Well, they're going to be good. This is where Asta says, hey, look, a meteor. This is where the Wizard King says, huh? Holy shit! Everyone looks up and they, This is where Asta was right now having one of his eyes into the Sharingan, but actually transform it into the Renegon. That's why he pulled a fucking meteor from the sky. Asta was saying, look, a meteor. Guys, we need to work together or this kingdom is going to get destroyed by the meteor. And that's where Yuna goes, huh? Everyone widened their eyes. This is where, everyone starts attacking the meteor, even Julius. The king was right now running. He was like, holy shit! But yeah, this is where Asta sees that the meteor is coming closer, and this is where Asta says, I realized that none of them will be strong enough to do that. I know what to do. This is where, Asta decides to say, Asta says, I wonder if this will work. Energy blast style. This is where he makes an energy ball right in his hand and sends it straight towards the meteor, and it explodes the whole damn thing. This is where nothing, it just was right there. Asta says, damn, I think that took a lot of my energy. This is where Yuno whined his eyes. None of the other wizard, well, what's it called, the other magic knights, not the magic, what's it called, the wizard king, or even Yuno was able to defeat that. Asta just one-shot it. Asta says, whoa, so interesting. Asta with his eyes twinkling. This is where Yuno says, how powerful did he get? Damn it. This is where, well, Asta says, huh, that's interesting. Well, whatever. This is where, well, Asta just didn't really care that much, but yeah. This is where, well, Asta just says, well, I'm getting tired. Asta walks downstairs. He just didn't care that much. Asta kind of pulls out a drink and starts drinking it. Yuno follows him. This is where Yuno kind of talks to Asta. Hey, Asta. Huh? Yeah, you won. Yuno? Yuno says, did you pull that meteor from the sky? Asta says, why would I? What? You want me to try to kill the capital? It seems bad enough, you know? Why would you ever suggest me to do something like that? And so, well, Yuno says, because the king did threaten you to try to kill you. Asta says, don't know what you're talking about. Alexa says, kind of key. So, well, Yuno is confused with the black creature, but when he uses his wind size to try to grab the black creature from Asta, this is where Asta turns around and uses his black hole ability to just suck in all the wind style. Asta says, what are you doing, Yuno? Yuno says, nothing. He looks ahead. This is where, well, Magellan, or whatever her goddamn name is, kind of appears, punching Leon in the face, and the Asta says, oh, well, that's happening. This is where before Asta can leave, and even Yuno, this is where a lion claw does appear. This is where they even go to the other, well, magic knights. This is where Yami is laughing at all of them, saying, not even you. I can't believe all of you lost to me, and especially to my student. Well, not my student, my, what's it called? Well, underling, what's it called? Asta. He really destroyed that meteor in one shot while all of you were struggling. This is where all of them gets angry. This is where, well, they all get a drink. This is where Asta, who was also there, who got there because of the orange hair girl, what's it called, says, all of you fucking magnets, you're coming with me. This is where the others did leave, even Jack, and this is where they only left with Soya, Shorley, and even what's called Yami. This is where Asta says, ooh, so many drinks to pick from. This is where, well, they are all kind of getting grabbed, and of course, this is where she turns around. This is where Asta sees the bartender. This is where Asta already knows it's Julius. Asta kind of says, Shadow Clone. This is where two of his Shadow Clones appear and start just grabbing all of the drinks and start putting it into the portal and just, like, poofing away. This is where Julius looks around and says, sir, He was still in disguise and was wondering where all his drinks went. Of course, Noelle is taken. Also, not to say, hey, beautiful. This is where Noelle blush and thus, like, bleed from her nose. But yeah, I also really just love teasing her most of the time. But yeah, Julius, well, not Julius. Julius realized, my drinks! It's gone, but yeah. This is where, well, we go into them going towards that mountain. So, of course, us saying, we going to climb that up? This is where Marlian says, yes, we are going to climb this up. And there's always a hot spring up there. This magic's so dense that all of you will need to train to climb it up, to go to the hot springs. This is where, well, I know what else says, damn it. This is where Asta says, interesting. I see. This is where Asta's looking around. And of course, you can't really sense magic. And this is where Asta's saying, okay. This is where Asta kind of just jumps down, starts walking. This is where Leon says, wait up, rival. This is where, well, you know, he's kind of like saying, nope, I'm going to fly. Using his magic skin, of course, is where Yami and Shore to do that first. This is where others are kind of rushing. Asta, who has no magic, is walking through this. Like, it's nothing but a breeze to him. It's just a nice heat weather for him, but yeah. Of course, he's swaying a little bit. This is where, well, Asta is saying, this is where, well, Asta feels like he's getting weaker and weaker, but really, he's just acting like this. This is where, well, so her name is Mariana, and of course she says, give up, magicless kid. That's where Asta says, am I supposed to give up or something? Asta gets up and says, Besides, this weather's kind of hot, but not that hot. This is Mariona says, huh, you can say that now, but you should give up. You're pretty pathetic if you keep going up. Asta says, well then again, I am not really using my power. If I was supposed to use my power, I would have absorbed all the mana and just made everyone cool down. Wouldn't that be way too much wasteful? This is Mariona says, I'd like to see you even try doing something like that. Asta says, I see. So you don't want me to do something like that? Fine, I'll just go into this form. Asta says, he concentrates, and this is where he opened his eyes. Palish white eyes appear, and this is where, well, a bright white appears, and this is where Asta is now in his Utsutsuki form. Asta says, well, this is much better form, right, Black Zetsu? Black Zetsu says, yes, it is true. This is where Asta starts kind of floating away, but this is where Asta sends a very powerful flame attack from his mouth, smashing into the mountain. This is where Asta says, wrong element, wrong one. Water style, water hydrant beam. This is where Mariana widened her eyes, how powerful Asta's water attack just smashes through. Asta's right now flying through, and of course he just sees what's speeding through and seeing Leon kind of just struggle, even wasn't caught. Well, Noel, Asta appears saying, hey. This is where Asta just says, hey Noel. This is where Noel says, Asta. This is where Leon says, that's Asta. Asta says, don't worry, I can defeat this thing. Water style, water warping destruction. Asta swings his hand just once by snapping it, and water appears, smashing this thing into obliteration. Asta says, so, Noel, you want help? That's right, Noel says, I can do this. Asta says, suit yourself. But please, if you ever need help, just ask me. That's where Noel says, I'll be fine, Asta. Asta kind of puts his hand on, well, Noel's kind of like shirt and all that, and kind of like mostly on her back, but this is where he puts a seal on there. Asta already has like, well, memories of Funjutsu, and of course he knows about the flying Raijin, just in case Noel ever needs help. But yeah, Asta, who can just he kind of like put this like Funjutsu there. It's not just a flying Raijin, it's a danger alert if Noel is ever kind of hurt, and also will appear in an instant. But yeah, Asta says, well, I should be fine. Asta kind of flies up, and this is where Leon says, no fair, what the hell is this bullshit? Asta, who's seeing, well, you know it's flying, is where the wind spirits say, that idiot in that black whatever thing is not going to catch up to us. And that's where Black Sister says, oh, who's not going to catch up to you? Win little spirits. Keep. This is where, well, Yuno looks up and sees, well, a white figure. Asta looks down and says, oh, hey, Yuno. It's a lovely day, don't you think? That's where Yuno says, huh? Who are you? What? You don't know me? Damn, you really suck in remembering your brothers. This is where Yuno says, Asta? Yep, idiot. Now, if you don't understand this, I have a form called God form. Guess what? I can do a lot of shit. This is where Asta's lying, but this is where he says, look what I can do. Asta snaps his finger and 5 elements appear. Lightning, water, earth, fire, and even wind. Asta says, see? Look at this. It's so cool. Asta's kind of like throwing these medium-sized balls around him. Like, he's just juggling them. And this is where, you know, say, how? Asta says, don't know, don't care. Asta disappears with the, what's it called? Well, he decides to toss him at Yuno and says, catch, Yuno. Yuno says, no, you don't. Shit. This is where Yuno has to dodge him, and Asta says, well, bye. This is where Yuno says, Asta. Asta says, bye. See you later. Black Sister says, catch, well, eat the dust, you wind spirit. He sticks his tongue out, but yeah. He's acting a little bit childish, just like Asta. But yeah. This is where Asta just gives towards Yami, and even what's it called? Shalong or whatever her got the name. Whatever, the blonde hair girl. This is where, well, Yami says, well, this is interesting. Man, I need a drink now. Asta says, here. Yami says, thanks. Asta, wait. What the Asta says, what? What's wrong? This is where Yami goes, what the hell are you, a goddamn ghost? He almost falls down. Asta caught him and saying, no, I'm not a ghost. This is just a form I managed to find out. I don't really know what to call this form, but I'm gonna call it O. Don't know. I don't really know what to call it, but yeah. This is where, well, Yami says, oh really? A letter? Asta says, oh wow, do you want to call it anything better? And don't you dare call it ghost. And this is where Yami says, damn it. Pale, fine, fine, fine. Pale, if you say pale, white, I'm going to murder you again. Choose something else. White hair. That's what Asta says. Better name, whatever. Asta says, whatever, I'm going up. Asta's right now flying. He gets to the top, and of course just lands there and waits for everyone. Right now, in his form, it's just like, he can easily take this form for, he can easily be in this form for a while, like a very long time. That's where everyone managed to get there. Even when it turns dark, this is where Mariana is right now screaming at them, saying, you idiots! This is where the hot spring does appear, and this is where, well, so he was about to do an earth wall, until Asta says, earth wall, divine 4 parts. This is where, well, 4 parts appear. This is where, well, so he was like, I was about to do something like that. This is where Asta says, no, you were about to do a wall, just a normal wall. You see here, these 4 divine parts are, well, for the boys section, the girls section, myself, because I don't want anyone to be near me that much, and, well, for Noelle. This is where Noelle says, what? This is where, so he says, what? It's for my captain. Asta says, no, it's not. Asta is still in this Utsutsuki form, and says, if you want to really complain against me, then fight me. This is where she says, I'll fight you. This is where gravity smashed upon her. This is where Asta says, no, you don't. Gravity is right now smashing upon you, and I guess you should really shut up, because if you don't, your body will smash into a million pieces thanks to the gravity. Now, who else wants to, right now, really concentrate and annoy me with this shit? This is where, well, everyone shuts up, because damn, Asta can be very scary in some points. This is where Noelle is like, Asta, it's fine. Can you just do it into 3 points? Or just 2 sides? Asta says fine. He destroys one of the walls in an instant, but just kind of throwing a little pebble or rock and just smashes through it. That's where Asta says, now there's 3 spots. And these 3 spots is 1 for me, and shut up. If you want to fight about it, then take me on. This is where, well, Asta can be very scary sometimes. That's where Noelle's like, Asta. Asta says fine. Asta sends, well, 1 pebble at the other one is smashing it. This is where Asta makes another wall and says, I'll take that small corner. This is where Ami says, Asta, what do you want? Asta kind of shows this very threatening side, and this is where Yami says, ghost face. This is where Asta says, why you? This is where Mariana kind of smashed through. The other one says, no, just 2 sides and shut up. This is where Asta says, this is where Asta seems to be angry, and this is where Noelle says, it's fine, Asta. This is where Asta says, fine, if you say so, Noelle. This is where Noelle kind of blushes and right now turns her face red. And right now, actually having dirty thoughts and right now kind of having her face more red. This is where, well, they all go into the different sides. Asta's right now sitting in, well, the water. And of course, the water is not that hot, but yeah. That's where Asta's relaxing his body. He pulls out drinks and Yami says, haha, drinks. Asta and Yami start drinking, but yeah. This is where, well, Leon is right now challenging, well, you know, with who can stay in the water for the longest point. Asta's kind of seeing the water kind of bubbling. Asta says, what are you 2 idiots doing? This is where Yuno says, huh? Me, an idiot? This is where Leon says, huh? Rival, I am showing. Can you stay in the water for this long? Asta says, oh, you want to stay in the water for this long? Oh, then I will help you with, if you want to stay in the water. This is where, well, Asta right now has this bluish aura around him because the green water starts kind of glowing blue. And this is where Asta says, underworld flames. This is where it kind of reads upon because Asta managed to read upon it. And this is where, well, this bluish aura started burning up the water. And this is where, you know, Leon and even everyone kind of regret this. And everyone just started jumping out. You know who couldn't even use his magic skin because his magic skin just got burned off of him. And even Leon is ready to jump out of his extremely fast. There's where Yami says, I'm surprised that didn't affect me. Well, no, I only did it for Pacific people. They're quite annoying. I also went back to laying down and says, so annoying. This is where, well, you don't say, what the hell, Asta? You could have burned me. Asta says, stop being a bitch then and shut up. This is where, well, Leon says, holy shit, that flames were hot. This is where, well, Yami didn't care, but he just went back to kind of drinking. But yeah, Asta pulls out drinks and more food. But yeah, this is where, well, Yami says, okay, so we must explore into manhood. All of you must get up to that place. Asta says, why can't I just smash it? Well, mostly Leon said to Asta. Asta says, you want me to smash it? I'd rather kill all of you if you see Noel. This is where, well, everyone gets scared. Even for some reason, because holy shit, Asta can be very threatening. This is where Yami laughs and says, haha, why don't you go up there and kind of go take a peek, a look at, well, Noel. This is where Asta says, oh, Yami, why would I do that when I can already see through the wall? This is where Yami says, what do you mean? Oh, you might be calling me a pale-eyed freak, but you see here, these eyes allow me to see through anything. But I don't use them much, and I won't use them as perverted things. Besides, when veins pop into my eye, that's where I can see through. Right now, they're just pale white because they can be. Now shut up. This is where all of them says, overpower. This is where, well, Yami says, why won't you just jump up there? Asta says, ooh, if you want to jump up there, then I'll accidentally splash out all the water. Yami says, whatever, cocky kid. Asta says, whatever. That's where, well, Noel is right now also blushing really hard, thinking what Asta really looks over the wall, and she's like, Of course, is where, well, the next day happens, and of course, is where, well, we fast forward towards Asta kind of being in, well, the special exam now. The special magic exam and all that. Asta's here. Even though he didn't want to, Yami actually put him into it. Asta legit was going to just sleep over more and just didn't give a crap that much to help out. That's where, well, Yami did by kicking him into it, but yeah. Asta's right now in his human form, and he's looking at, well, Mimosa. That's where Asta says, hey, Mimosa. That's where Mimosa says, Asta? She blushes and looks away. But yeah. Asta smiles and says, what? Do you not like this form? Well, mostly Asta says, do you not like me? Oh, I'm sorry about that. Noel says, Asta, you fucking moron. This is where, well, Noel was kind of behind the pillars. And this is where, well, her older brother says, hey there, you pathetic weakling. And this is where, well, before he even gets to say anything, Asta was right now behind Noel and right now glowing eyes, saying, say something and I'll kill you in an instant. Asta kind of made it when he kind of put his finger towards his neck and kind of go, ching. This is where Solid looks away and says, oh, hell no, that kid is creepy more than I thought. He can blast things away and I'm not going to try to mess with him. This is where Asta says, interesting. Oh, hey, Noah. Noah says, Asta. That's where her face is red. But this is where she didn't even know what happened. This is where Solid just ran away. She's confused. But yeah, Asta on the other hand is gone. Don't worry about it. So, what are we going to be doing? I don't know. Listen to the king. Or the Wizard King, okay? Asta says, got it. This is where, well, there you go. Listen to the Wizard King. And the Wizard King is talking about this. And right now, Asta's team is contains a Mimosa and someone named Zara? Wait, let me remember. Asta, well, the other person is named Zora. And of course, Asta sees this person, jumps down, kind of like talks to the Wizard King and all friendly and all that somewhat. So many people say, insolent fool. Asta says, I guess you're my new teammate. So, wanna like make sure all these nobles fall down to the ground and feel pain and suffering? This is where Zora says, I guess we can talk the same. This is where both of them are like laughing right now with this evil grin. Half of the nobles get creeped out, even Julius. This is where, well, Mimosa gets kind of terrified because Asta can be a terrifying person. His personality did change a lot. Of course, Asta didn't shake his hand. He knew what Zora was going to do. He's not stupid. Also, not gonna lie, I can only remember this guy's name is because the fact is it's similar, same as Zoro. But at least Zora doesn't get lost. Unlike Zoro. But yeah. It's where Asta says, well, let's make sure all of these cocky bastards fall down. Don't you think? This is where Zoro says, I guess I like what you're thinking. This is where, well, Black Sister is going key. This is where, well, they go towards the Magic Night field and all that. And of course, it is Mimosa, Zora, and even Asta versus the others. This is where they started. And of course, this is where multiple Black Balls are telling Asta, go! This is where Asta sees multiple things going straight towards him. This is where Asta just absorbs the attacks instantly. That's where Asta is just saying, absorb. Are they gonna keep attacking me when I can just absorb their attacks? Or do we want me to just obliterate them all? Nah, you know what? No, I shouldn't. They keep attacking more and more. They're running out of mana. And that's where they realize they have to go close range. They all attack at once. This is where Asta was about to do something until Zora made his trap magic smash upon everyone. That's where Asta says, very interesting magic you have there. This is where Zora says, I guess you're not too bad. You just Zored your magic. Oh, I was about to use your own magic against him. Damn it. I was about to blast him away to hell. Whatever. That's a while. Well, they go on, but yeah. But I'm going to leave it off here for, well, part 2 of What If Asta Was the Son of Kaguya. Part 2. But yeah, part 3 will be whenever. But other than that, let me leave it off here and good night. Have a nice day. But yeah, also my throat is really hurting and I need water. Bleh.